So here we have solving systems of linear equations. And in a previous video, I looked at graphing and substitution. I'm going to take a look at elimination. And the next three sections kind of focus on that there. And then inequalities is a related but slightly different idea related to last chapter. So the idea of elimination is to combine equations to get rid of a variable. So I have this system over here. And notice that they both have a single y term in it. And here I have a negative 6x and I have a positive 3x. So one easy way to eliminate a variable is if one y was positive and the other one was negative, that would be nice. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this second equation here. I'm going to multiply each term by -1. So doing that will give me a new equation, negative y plus 3x. Oops, I missed my sign. Ooh, whoa, it's a big eraser. Let's try that again. So -1 times y is negative y. -1 times positive 3 is going to be a minus 3x. And -1 times -4 is a positive 4. And we get our other equation, the top one just the way it is, y minus 6x equals 23. And then what we do is once we set up a variable to be the opposite, we just add the equations together. And so like terms I have lined up here. So y plus negative y, that gives me 0 y's. I'm not even going to write that. Then I'll have a negative 6x plus a negative 3x. So that's going to give me a negative 9x. And then I'll have 23 plus 4, which will be 27. So the point of elimination is setting up a variable so that when you add two equations together, one of the variables disappears. Now to solve this, I just break that multiplication by dividing. And so then I believe that x should be 9 goes into 27 3 times. Positive over negative is a negative. So I believe x is -3. To get y, after you've eliminated down to one variable, you just pick one of the equations and go back to it. So to get y, I would just plug into my original equation there, maybe the top one, doesn't matter which, plug in the x value. So y minus 6 times -3 equals 23. Clean it up and solve. So a negative times a negative is a positive. Y plus 18 is 23. Subtracting 18 from both sides, I get that y is 5. To confirm that this really is a solution, plug it into the other equation to check. Otherwise, you don't know. You could also graph to check. I'm going to plug in. So I think y is 5 plus 3 times, I think x is -3. It's supposed to equal -4. So positive times a negative is a negative. 5 minus 9 is -4. So I get -4 equals -4, which is true. I definitely found the right point. If these don't match, one of two things went wrong. Either you made an error in your arithmetic here, or you copied something wrong, or there's an error in the algebra back in here somewhere. If you don't spot it easily, just get a new piece of paper and start over. So I'm going to do that again. So let's suppose we decided to get rid of the x's first. Since I have a negative 6x here, I would like to have a positive 6x here. And I can make that happen by multiplying this second equation by a positive 2. So rewriting my first equation, y minus 6x equals 23. And then my new equation, put that in red, 2 times y is 2y. 2 times 3x would be a plus 6x. 2 times -4 is a -8. Once you do that, you add the two equations together. And you want to make sure you line up like terms. It makes it easier. Here they happen to be lined up. If they're not lined up, you'll have to move stuff around. So y plus 2y is 3y. Negative 6x plus positive 6x is 0 x's, so we don't even need to write that. And then 23 plus negative 8 is the same as 23 minus 8, which is, on a good day, 15. Now we can solve for y by breaking this multiplication here using division. And so we believe, or I believe, that y should be 5. So it doesn't matter which variable you choose to eliminate. Usually one will be easier than the other, but not always. And then we continue with our next step. We plug that into one of these equations, doesn't matter which one. So I'm going to go plug it into the first one. So that gives me 5 minus 6x equals 23. No like terms here, so I'm going to subtract this positive 5 over to the other side. So the 5's go away. On that side, I have a minus 6x left behind. 23 minus 5 is 18. Break the multiplication by dividing. Negative 6. And it looks like x is then 6 goes into 18 3 times, and positive over negative is a negative. So I think the solution is y equals 5, x equals negative 3. Since I used the first equation to find the second value, I should use the second equation to check. Now, we've done that a couple of times already. We know this is going to check. But it's always a good step to follow, plugging that in. So I believe the solution is negative 3, 5. And that is called the elimination method. Enjoy.